you know, this is one of the first kinds of videos that I've done of this nature. I mean, I've been on camera before for live streams, but in those live streams I was able to say things like, just in general, you know? I was able to say things like that just because, you know, it was me acting like a goofball as I usually was, and I wasn't exactly the most professional person in the world. Neither am I right now. And I'm a little bit nervous as a result because this is actually a pretty important update, which is why I'm trying to act as serious as I possibly can. I've got to read off a script, which I've got right here. I've got to, well, I've got to basically just try to appear professional because this is actually something that I want people to take seriously. So if you're actually looking for me being a general goofball, you might as well go ahead and look at some of my other videos. And if you were looking for just any sort of mindless entertainment at all, then you should go ahead and just find something else to watch, because this isn't going to be that kind of thing at all, which is what I usually do. So, if by any chance you're still here after me having said that, then I suppose we might as well just begin. So, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Cerberus of Helldog Spawn Gaming. You could call me Gary if you wish, but I just prefer being called Cerberus, because that's the kind of screen name that I want to go with. And if you're new here, then, well, welcome to Helldog Spawn Gaming, sort of. If you're a returning person, like a subscriber or something, then welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Helldog Spawn Gaming, or that's what it was once referred to as. And by the time that this video gets uploaded, if you look down there, it's still going to be that. Or wherever the hell YouTube decides to put the name next week. Who knows? It might even be up there. Might even be on the left or on the right. I don't know. I don't really care either. But so anyways, I've come to a bit of a realization lately. Gaming just isn't popular on YouTube anymore, or not as popular as it was before. There was a time period where if you were a gamer, you could become very, very popular with the right equipment. And of course, you know, the amount of charm and charisma that would be required for something like that. Of course, charm and charisma isn't totally necessary, as PewDiePie proved in his earlier videos. All he really did was just scream and shout racial expletives. But besides PewDiePie, whose content has vastly improved, I should say, there's also, of course, YouTubers like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, and stuff like that, who actually got really famous during this time period where gaming pretty much took YouTube by storm. Nowadays, it's just, if you're not someone who was a gamer and was actually popular back then, you're kind of irrelevant now. Like, you're not going to be able to get any amount of traction whatsoever, no matter what you do. Things like, you know, memes and shitposts, which I've done a lot of, they've actually gotten a lot more traction lately. Some channels like Dolan Dark, Graham the Christian, or Cowboy TV if you prefer to call them that, and Pun Pun. Those kinds of channels have gotten quite a bit more popular as of late, and I mean, I can't really say that the reason is too, you know, unfounded. These channels are actually pretty high quality. They do put a lot of effort into these really ridiculous videos. Well, maybe not necessarily so much Cowbelly. His videos are really, really easy to make, but he is able to churn those things out consistently, which is what a lot of people on YouTube want, so the YouTube algorithm, of course, is actually very rewarding for his kind of videos. I kind of want to try to make my channel appeal to a broader audience, but I'm not going to devolve into a shitposting channel like, you know, the ones that I just listed. I want to try to be a little bit more daring as an aspiring content creator. I want to diversify my content a little bit. I want to offer multiple kinds of content for a bit of a more broad appeal, a bit of a better outreach. Now, I know this is often considered a huge sin for many different things, not just YouTube channels, but for movies, for video games, for things like that, that try to go for a broader, please everybody kind of appeal because they end up pleasing nobody. But I have a bit of a different approach. Many things go for that that whole please all approach, but in doing so, they go for something that's uncontroversial and doesn't really challenge the viewer or the player or whatever to really make them think. It's not really engaging content. People on YouTube seem to really enjoy this kind of content because it's, well, nothing but a constant stream of the most vapid and dull bullshit that there is to be found on the internet. And as upsetting as this is, that's kind of what's rewarded in the algorithm at this point. YouTube has basically just become a TV ripoff at this point, which is sad because YouTube was originally fantastic for being something as an alternative to TV. But, of course, TV networks decided, oh, they had to invade YouTube because that's where all the big money is. I'm willing to credit them for at least a fair part of YouTube's downfall as of late. But I want to make engaging content, something that, it's surreal, but still offensive, like the usual kind of stuff that I do. Stuff that's, not utterly pandering to everybody with the most delicate of sensibilities. Something that, it's going to make them laugh because of how something is a little bit on the wrong side, as they call it. But it'll make the person really think, is what I'm trying to do here. It just so happens that going for an only gaming route like I've been trying to do doesn't really cut it anymore. And hell, only recently was I able to make a shitpost that actually garnered over 300 views in a single day. And that was the fastest view count that I had ever gotten for a video, and even then I think it was for the clickbait thumbnail. So, in this sense, I'm actually inspired a little bit by iDubbbz TV, because a lot of his content, it's very, very diverse. He does a whole bunch of different things. Some of his stuff, is just off-the-wall goofy stuff. Some of it is, mind-bendingly mental, like, bad unboxing, legit food reviews. Some of it is a little bit offensive, which, I should say all of it at this point, because I haven't found a single video from iDubbbz where he doesn't say anything that, might be slightly offensive to some. And some of it, is a pretty, some of them are pretty impactful criticisms of some of the biggest YouTubers today to prove they aren't the good people they act like they are. If you don't understand exactly what I'm talking about from iDubbbz's channel, then you're probably not in the right place, because, iDubbbz's Content Cop kind of stormed YouTube for an entire week. It was like #1 on trending for quite some time. But I don't want to become an ultra bargain bin iDubbbz, don't take this the wrong way. I just want to try something new. So, once I'm done with the Destiny Rise of Iron series, that'll be just 2 more videos, by the way. One is the whole Kavostov thing, and the other is where my dad first appears in the entire series of things. So once I'm done with those, I'm going to be doing a complete rebranding of the channel. It's no longer going to be just Helldog Spawn Gaming. It will be just Helldog Spawn. I already have a few series planned out, actually, if you're interested. Allow me to discuss some of them at length. So, when it comes right down to the typical gaming videos, those are obviously going nowhere. That's going to be a series that I'm going to call the Cerberus Experience. It's going to be the typical stuff that I've been doing, to some certain extent. It's not going to rely entirely on humor anymore. It's going to be compilations of moments in games where I'm playing either with myself, by friends, with family. Wait, playing with myself? Jeez. Accidental innuendo. Playing by myself or with friends and family. There we go. Think of it as like a little bit of a less clickbaity, insert gaming name here, funny moments thing that a bunch of YouTubers do. It's not just for funny moments. Anything that happens to be funny, weird, awesome, or even thought-provoking to any certain degree, for any particular reason, that's going to be what's included in these videos. To make them less of a montage of just random funny shit like most people do these days, and a little bit more like an inside look at what the hell I'm really doing with my life. That's why I'm calling it the Cerberus Experience, because you're kind of going into a bit of a first-person view of my life, or about as first-person as a game will allow, and really just see exactly what it's like being me with my family and my friends, just doing all kinds of weird shit. In fact, the first episode of this entire series is something that I've been delaying on for almost a year now. I mean, I've had the footage for this shit for over 6 months at this point, and I've been needing to make it, but, well, I haven't, because I've had so many other things that I wanted to get out on the way. Also, I know I've made plenty of update videos years ago, which I'm pretty sure, even though I'm not a big YouTuber now, if I were to be a big YouTuber, I'm pretty sure I would get a lot of criticism on. Not as bad as one of my friends, Hexic, making new channel intros every other second, but I will actually make my channel updates a bit more of a semi-regular thing. When I feel like updating you guys on the status of the channel, or anything that I'm up to, any of the new projects that I might be working on, anything like that, they'll be a part of a series that I'm going to call At the Front Desk. Not the most creative title in the world, I understand, but it's serviceable enough for this purpose. Well, another series. Sometimes I try to present myself as some sort of a goofball that avoids being stuffy and serious where possible, in an attempt to feel a little bit more approachable and cordial with the audience. But sometimes I do have to be a bit more serious and level with you guys a bit about a few things. That's where the series The Bark Box comes in. It's named so because my channel name, my sort of screen name, I kind of thought it was a little bit cute. But it's kind of a thing where I just say what's on my mind, really. It might be something informational like you find at the front desk, but this series actually focuses a little bit more on, like, you know, dealing with the stress of everyday life, the emotions behind a lot of the things that I really have to get out there, just to, you know, how would I put this, you know, just to talk a little bit, is really what I'm getting at. Unlike a lot of, the quote-unquote rant videos that, you know, were pretty much the big thing on YouTube about a year or two ago, these things are actually going to be much more like real rants. So, I'm going to be talking at length with, you know, a pretty fair deal of passion about a lot of different topics. Say, for example, ooh, corporations have ruined YouTube, or ooh, modern politics is fucking horseshit, or something like that. Videos could reach pretty long amounts of lengths if I really get heated enough about these kinds of things. And of course, like with this update, there's going to be a lot of moments where I'm going to end up going like, that, fuck! Because, well, I have a hard time speaking like that all. Sometimes my mouth moves a little too fast for my brain to process. But that's going to be the Bark Box. Finally, the last of the series that I actually know I'm going to make for now. My most recent shitpost. Shitpost, Jesus Christ. One of my most recent videos, which you might have seen if you're someone that's on my channel. Something called an average night of pizza, bribery, and hentai. Yes, I actually did make a video just like that. I am surprised it hasn't been taken down yet. It's quickly exceeded anything else on my channel in regards to just how many views it ended up getting in a short span of time. Over 300 in 24 hours, people. I'm not even kidding when it comes to this kind of thing. You can check my channel right now. It exceeded pretty much anything else that I have on YouTube in regards to how many views I got. In fact, I uploaded a video afterward that was kind of a bit of a test of the whole Cerberus experience kind of thing, but more like a prototype episode, I guess. And it's struggling to get past 20, and it's already been up for God knows how many hours. So, that's a small problem. But it ended up getting over 300 views in 24 hours, and I'm still sitting here wondering why. Actually, it's kind of a bit of bullshit. I know it's because of the thumbnail. Fucking clickbait is power, everybody. I'm still going to be doing a playlist of all of my shitposts before the entire rebranding. But once the rebranding actually takes place, I'm going to make a series entirely dedicated to these called Deep in Serby's Mind, because that's usually where these things come from. Anything that I decide to do of a, you know, shit post or a meme type of nature that's solely for a laugh, as long as it's a short video and truly shit post material, that's the content that you're going to find in this series. You know, stuff that I spend way too much time editing just for a simple joke or two. Of all the series that I'm going to make on this channel, it's probably going to be the one without its own traditional intro and outro. Speaking of intros and outros, I'm actually going to be redoing those slightly. And by redoing those slightly, I mean the outro I'm going to be redoing slightly. I deleted almost all of the game footage from the hard drive, but that's not going to be changed too terribly much. If anything, I'm really just going to end up getting a little bit more footage to do the same style of outro, but I'm going to change the layout to fit the YouTube's card system. And re-record the line I speak in the outro with this mic, because I used the PlayStation mic that came with the PlayStation 4 Slim to record the original one. And as fucking crappy as that was, I tried my best with it, but in any case, that's going to be something I'm going to do. I'm going to remake the outro, I'm going to use this mic, I'm going to feature a few more people in it, in the entire thing, and it's going to be based with the YouTube card system. And it's going to be, hopefully, a little bit more professional the way I do it. I'm still deciding on how I'm going to handle the intros and outros for most sections. The main intro that I've got for the rest of my channel, it might remain just the main intro, but I might end up changing it so that way each of the segments that I have on my channel have a different kind of intro sort of thing going on. So when it comes to the main intro, I'm going to be redoing it completely from scratch. I'm going to be updating it with all kinds of new game footage. I'm going to be re-downloading a lot of games that I've deleted in the past just so I can get more footage for this intro. And I'm going to be updating it with the knowledge of SHAREfactory that I have now compared to what I had back then, which at the time was incredibly minimal, if you would believe that. And with that all new footage, I'm going to create something that's going to be a bit more stylish. Hopefully a little bit more eye-catching and appealing. And it's also going to try to fit the overall main theme of the channel, which is going to be, you know, much more diverse than just gaming. Unless I decide to make this just the Cerberus Experience intro, which I will then leave that to just games. It's still going to be much in the same style, and, you know, the theme song that I usually play for this kind of thing. Actually, you know what, Future B, go ahead and play that right about now. Yeah, there we go, there we go. That's not going anywhere. That's still going to be the song that I'm going to use, because that's a song that I've used to really have an intro since I began, and I'm not going to just change that unless, of course, I have to for copyright reasons. But this might be the way that I do that. So that's pretty much all I really want to talk about for the YouTube intro. Or not YouTube intro. Jesus, fuck me. Alright. This is what I want to talk about for the channel rebranding update. Things are going to rather drastically change around here because I want to do more things. That's basically what what the gist of it all is. I do hope that you all understand the direction that I'm going to be taking with this. Don't worry, anything that I've been doing previously is not going anywhere. It might be handled slightly differently, but not to much of a noticeable degree. So, I thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm Cerberus with Hello Dog Spawn Gaming, and maybe that might even change to a certain degree. I don't know yet. Probably not. Nah. But I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody, and have a good rest of the day. Hey, adding this on after the day that I recorded all of this, but I'm actually going to still be doing music remixes. That's not going anywhere. That's what I started doing on YouTube, and I'm going to still be doing it. But other than that, everything else that I've said here is going to remain the same. I've still got a few other random video projects that I want to get done as well, but those will probably be done after the eventual rebranding. But anyways, thanks again for watching. I'm Cerberus with Hello Dog Spawn Gaming, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out and have a good rest of the day, everybody.